Hello, Anastasia, Blueberry Guide. Seeing the sun go down for the day. As I do each one of these videos, it's all divinely guided. In the moment, I only get very short notification. So I'll just clear and release these. I have 6 parts of an update that it's mainly a new level of forgiveness of self and others, bypassing the bullshit energies of the old earth, 21st of December, 2019. Excuse me. The 6 parts. So as I'm reading, I'm actually tuning in and feeling into the planet's energies. And the more of these I do, the more adjusted I get to processing all the energies as I'm reading. So let's go with, I've written part 1, it's imperative to forgive oneself. Part 2, letting go of control with others equals forgiveness of others of I remember. Part 3 is leaving our Pandora's boxes alone. Part 4, we have completed a cycle others may have not. Part 5, fearing our own power. Part 6, silver birch essence. It lessens our fears so that we have less need to feel in control of every situation. So another big area or issue that's come up predominantly for so many people is about letting go of control. These are not only just words. This is a higher vibrational new earth energy frequency that's coming through that's new. So even if you feel you know this, you've done this, and you're watching, please listen and feel deeper, because there's been a whole lot more of old layers and levels revealed recently that if we weren't shifting, say if this was 12 months ago, if we were not shifting with the new earth energies, it would be a whole different ball game. Okay, so this is now releasing further of a high vibrational level. We never stop learning, we never stop growing. It's onwards and upwards. And I've been doing this for now. And I'm still a babe, learning and growing too. All right, here we go. Dear Masters, emotional trailblazers and way showers, I've separated the information of what is going on at our soul's core with our spirit linked into 6 parts. Now, I will pause again here. The reason I am reading this out is because I know some souls close to me have shared with me that because they're going through so many energies, it is way too much for them to read. And it's better for them to hear it, to tune in. What I've been known as the soothing lullaby energy in my voice. So for those who have asked me, you're welcome, and thank you for letting me know that. It's my pleasure, yet always as guided as to when the divine allows me to come and as a Blu-ray Monad 1. This is really breaking through new territory in doing so. So it's a pleasure and an honor to be able to be here, to be reading and working through this with you. Okay, so let's just do this together, hey? All right. Bypassing the bullshit energies of the old earth that includes ourselves. Now I'm talking about energies, not anyone personally. That's really important. Moving with the future while anchored in the now with the present. 3 days of resurrection energies of feeling very alone, as you are meant to as part of this, to help move into the new divine feminine energies. Let go of the control and fear of the old masculine energies is paramount again, or also that's being very highlighted at the moment. Most importantly, a new level of forgiveness of self and others. Now, as I'm reading this out to you, I'm actually sending this healing vibration out to all of humanity, the collective, the planet. And you're part of this as well, as part of this transmission. And it doesn't matter whether you're seeing this live or later on, this energy is going out. This is my conference at home. This is my world stage right here, same as you. Your world stage is right at home where you are doing the work that you're doing, especially you Blu-rays. Okay? It's everybody, all right? But I need to say that with Blu-rays as a Blu-ray elder. Okay? Okay, shift and release. We just shifted, release some energies. So I've called this a Blue Beyond Guide, New Light Paradigm, New Earth Energy Transmission. Raising above the old now as it is time, a new earth energy is here. And it requires forgiveness of self and others for us to further fully embrace her energy. Please read and feel the following slowly. It is imperative as an empath to forgive myself and others, yet wisening up to keep my personal energy boundaries in place of, I remember of what was said and done, yet I choose to allow to forgive myself and others so that I may let go of control of the situation at hand of the old. Yes, that is a lot. You may rewatch this to replay, to go through this with me and read and feel it. I will post this as well, what I've written. It's very deep. It's very new. It's important to shift the energy vibration of not saying, I won't forget. A softer, more feminine energy of, I remember. I want to highlight it as if we shift, just give me a moment here. What happens is with saying I forgive someone, the energy vibration of that, I've sat with that for quite a long time. Remember, I'm doing this for years, right? So I was sitting with, I forgave a person, forgave and forgave. Yet what came with that nearly automatically was, I forgive, but I won't forget. I forgive, but I won't forget. So it's been about 5 or 6 years I've been working with this, processing, working through it, layers after layer after layer. Pardon me, releasing. With the new earth energy that's coming, that has come, that has arrived, I can say that I fully feel in the new earth energies. I feel in a very different dimension. This has only come in recently for myself, that I've shared with those personally. I feel very different. I don't feel like who I was before. You may be able to relate this for you. I can only talk about myself. And okay, there's a big release happening. So it's shifting the word I forgive to I remember. And keep my personal energy boundaries. So I will read it again. It is imperative as an empath to forgive myself and others, yet wisening up to keep my personal energy boundaries in place of, I remember of what was said and done, yet I choose to allow to forgive myself and others so that I may let go of control of the situation at hand of the old. When this was shared with the soul in the New Light Paradigm private group, and she shared that she has forgiven others, and I said, shift that, and I explained to her and shared what I just read to you. This is what happened when she did it. It's just beautiful. Okay. Processed and spoke aloud the new words of I remember from I forgive with intention, the release is more complete. I felt all my chakras clear in white light all the way through. My heart is light, lots of tingles. As I felt into it, there was still a blockage when I used the previous words of forgiveness. This is great awareness to have, so thanks, and thanks again. Very, very powerful. Forgiving self and others with I remember, and I'll have and keep my personal boundaries up. It just releases of a softer, more powerful feminine, new divine feminine energy. Okay, that is part 1. I'm just going to feel in if I'm going to continue on or finish off and do part 2 in a separate energy space. So just let me sit with all of that. Well, let me go over this again. A new level of forgiveness and self of others. Of, yes, forgiving myself and others. Of, I remember. I forgive and I remember what it felt like, and I'll keep and I'll have my personal boundaries up and keep my space, my private sacred space and heart of hearts for myself. That will allow us to move forward, to rise above. It's blending into part 2 right now, so let's continue. We do a healing here in the higher heart. Part 2, letting go of control with others and forgiveness starting with the self is at the forefront. Hello, Diane. I can see you here. Hello, darling. It's the letting go of control of the old masculine domination energies from within. I cannot state this enough. The more issues we have with others, the more we need to let go of control with. Release. This is about letting go of the old masculine energy of control of the old sun energy with a new galactic sun's energy coming through. Yes, this is even those souls who have done so much work on this and in releasing all layers and levels possible. This is because we have now entered a new earth vibration frequency. Excuse me. Through the throat. That this is allowing us to have further insight to past damage and trauma to ourselves with others. This is because we've now entered a new earth energy vibration frequency, that this is allowing us to have further insight to past damage and trauma to ourselves with others. So letting go of control with others and forgiveness starting with ourselves. Letting go of control of the old masculine domination. Even if you've done a lot of work yourself, which we go into part 3 of, about the past damage and trauma that's been further insight. This flows into part 3 of, we need to leave some Pandora's boxes alone of the past damage and trauma to ourselves with others. And we have more than one Pandora's personal private box. This is a most monumentous time, brothers and sisters, of the Christ light, of the I am, of true unconditional love of all. And this starts with and includes ourselves firstly. We are one. We are here. And we are all helping each other release that beautiful flower blossoming out to humanity now. It will not work if we love others more than ourselves, as in taking care of ourselves on all layers and levels. The self-sacrifice in the I can no longer exist on our personal Christ consciousness, divine journeys of both spirit and soul, of peace within. I've been giving a message to talk to you about 5D. Permanently, no matter what occurs, and yes, this takes time to grow into. Me first in an unselfish way. Do not look for, expect an instant, one pill will fix all with ascension. and energy waves and what you are reading from others, even myself, all is a process. A new divine process of new divine ascension of both spirit and soul, and by feeling. Now, do not be stressed by this, dear souls, and put pressure on oneself. Release, release, release. Coming into 5D is my version, very simply, is pure and total unconditional love of self and for all. When we reach that 5D Christ consciousness space, which it takes time to grow into this, all the layers and levels from all the abuse and the trauma that we've been through to do a full circle. We've just completed a full circle, a full cycle. I shared recently of my baby photo, all guided, divinely guided, direct link with my monad, instant new connection recently when I shifted a whole dimension. And I'm looking at the magpie in the yard. She's been coming lately, delivered a message of balance. I may read the card of the balance, the magpie card. She's here looking at me. They all do. I call Mrs. Doodle. There's so many animals that come, and when I Skype with people, all the animals come up. It's just quite incredible. I really, really am enjoying and loving it. Stronger than ever. So it's pure, unconditional love for self and all. So that healing vibration is just coming through now in all chakras, cleansing, bringing, pulsing through, bringing that through. Release, release, release. There it goes. Pure divine source energy flowed through all of your chakras for those who are open and ready. It's all of the divine, all of between yourself, your spirit higher self, and the divine. Now we seem to be flowing part 4 beautifully. We're balancing above and below part 4. We have completed a cycle. Now, pause. Pause, Stasia. What is it Spirit wants you to say? Give me a moment. There's been a lot of sliding doors moments recently. You know, if you've seen the movie Sliding Doors, it's not a full-on, but there are moments of sliding door moments with people where paths are just in that instant changing. So we have completed a cycle, and yet for those who are still learning about themselves, they will continue to do a few more loops for what they need to learn and grow into further. Please understand that and accept that. Release for those of you who are struggling with those that you're very close to, emotionally, that you have ties with. It may seem such a simple thing, yet it's always back to basics. It doesn't matter. Quarter of a century, 2020 is a quarter of a century of this consciously awakening for me. I'm laughing the magpie's young babies here and squawking because I usually give them some food so she make a lot of noise. I hope she doesn't at the moment. Otherwise you won't be able to hear me. It's just gorgeous. Okay, let me keep going. It's releasing and letting go of control, and let these souls go and forgive yourself and others so you can now be free in a new earth energy, as this is paramount into entering in this energy fully. There's more to this one. Listen, there will always be something we need to forgive ourselves for when dealing with others. Is blameless, faultless. There's no such thing as blameless fault when we're ascending, because we're doing the best that we can, okay? What I'm saying is there will be 50% in every interaction with a sibling, with the ex-partner, with the whatever the connection is. Have a look at what it is you need to own your 50% and forgive yourself. And then when you do, you're able to forgive with, I remember, with others and let go. I need to state these things now. And in quotes I have, as we forgive ourselves and others, it helps to lessen our fear, which in turn allows us to let go of control of the fire, of the old masculine energy, and embrace the new divine feminine energies from within. This is important as a 2020 New Earth and transmission. I'm reporting, so to speak, from the New Earth energies, bringing these transmissions saying, hey, listen, I'm in this energy space. I'm Ascension Pioneer, Emotional Trailblazer, Way Seer, ahead of humanity and linking my spirit to my soul. I've just entered into 8D, which is a further extension from 5D. So people don't just start stressing out and doing the heading. What does that mean? It's just 5D with an extension of some other abilities that have opened up. Okay? So I'm reporting and letting you know in this space, this is what's happening. This is what needs to be clear. I'm giving you a heads up. And it's exciting and it's wonderful and it's a blessing I'm able to do this with you. Okay, here we go. Next one. I may be sharing these in memes separately. The message is that one cannot move into the new earth energies until one has forgiven self and others completely on all new layers and levels. No cheating here will not work. Remember, instant karma has begun and is here. Time will tell and will reveal the divine truth that one cannot hide from. Unquote. Can't believe I just did that. All right. Now, this one is very big. And when I'm going through and doing with the soul close to me right now, that will be done in the next week, as I've been told by Spirit, as in let know when I say Spirit told me. And I could feel the whole vibration through me, and felt this within. I need to do this to move into the new myself fully and further, that this is a must for everyone. So Spirit, let me know, with me doing this, it is like a must for everyone needing to do this. At first, I did not want to deliver this information, as who am I to know such a big thing? A statement like this energetically. So I table and share this here with you for whatever that is for you, as this is my divine spirit and soul's truth of, we need to forgive ourselves fully in a very new way on all layers and levels to be able to move fully into the new earth energies. It is paramount. It is the most important part. As we do not know what level of forgiveness others are at with themselves, and it is not our karma now. We can't bullshit to ourselves. We need to forgive ourselves in whatever situation one is in, has been in, with others. And it came to quote, let the person with the first sin cast the first stone. Came to share that. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. That's really, really powerful. I've written for those souls who feel they have and all is well with themselves and others, then great. Yet with empaths, we have many past issues with others, as we are transmuters of others' energies naturally. We have work to do with this, with ourselves. It just is how it is. Aligning self with self of no fear is huge with this as well. Listen, if you read about people that are saying, I've cleared my stuff, I've done this, listen, please know that as an emotional trailblazer for yourself, let go of others and what they are going through in their journeys. Let go of what you're reading. You don't know what someone has worked through from what they write. I assure you, what people write, what they're like behind are different 100% of the time. And I've been talking to many over the years, few years, and feeling in spirit and soul, I see and feel all of the divine. That's why not many people You're able to look into my eyes. I never intrude, yet I see and feel all. You don't know what they're going through, because a lot of people are spiritual trailblazers from the head, from the heart and emotions. Whole different thing. Okay, so I want to thank you and honor you for feeling. Trust, trust, trust. If you're watching this, you're feeling. You wouldn't be watching this unless you're ready for it, so that's a really good thing. Okay, let's go to part 5. Quite often in the past, we have feared ourselves and our power, and then we shut it down, or we had some insights or saw things, and or it was shut down when we're younger. We develop fear of ourselves, and as others feared our energy of the new and the unknown. We picked up on and felt so much that we were classed as not normal. Yes, for whatever that is. It's just time to get off this vicious cycle. We can't get it, as in whatever guidance we are needing from others telling us we need to feel it to get it ourselves, as do others as well. Remember this. So let me see where I was going with this. Let me refill into this. Basically, the biggest thing that's come up with nearly every person I've been doing divine one-on-one healings with and for, which I am available for January onwards, by the way. Please message me and let me know if you're interested, because the divine will bring you through when you're ready. I don't have to handle any of that. I just let people know, and the divine and yourself work it all out so I can continue on. It's about reopening and reawakening from when we shut down, from whatever trauma in the past that we went through, emotional, physical, whatever, it does not matter. There's some part of us shut down, fear. And reinforcing that guidance from others telling us doesn't cut it, it's not enough, we need to feel it to get it ourselves is huge, 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 and huge. It's about people will need, who are not used to feeling, they will really need to be feeling into information to grow further and ascend. Paramount. Hi, Colours of the Wind. Hi, Rachel. Glad that you could join me. Okay, that's shifting. That's going part 6. I was working at all hours this morning with the words silver birch essence. 24/7. You know how it goes, messages. So all hours, silver birch, silver birch, silver birch, silver birch, because I work with bush flower, all essences, shell essences, silver birch. Never heard of the silver birch. I'm aware of a silver birch tree exists. So then I was instantly taken to sites, took a photo of them, and continued to process. So we're going into this. With the essences I share, I've been writing, tap into your crown chakra, read, feel, bring that essence in, bring it in, bring it in. Same as the crystals, you can bring it in. So silver birch. I'm going to read how beautifully this supports us at this time. This essence, this is from the site Spirit of Transformation. Hi, Carrie Landry. Beautiful that you could join. This essence encourages our mental body to become more fluid and flexible, which in turn reflects in a greater flexibility in our physical body. It gives rise to a softer, less judgmental view of ourselves and others. Now, if you relate this to everything that just came through, just flowed and just aligned beautifully. It brings an awareness of beauty as part of our divine nature. It encourages us to release blocks to self-expression, especially in the throat chakra. This essence helps us open up to receive more light, love, wisdom, and life force. As the sun's setting, it's beautiful. You can see it's starting to go down the trees now. Sunset and sunrise are really, really very powerful energetically. I just know I was a sun worshipper. Watching the sunrise practically every day is important for myself. It lessens our fear so that we have less need to feel in control of every situation. What I just read to you, I wrote 24 hours ago before the silver birch essence came. And of course, I have no idea what the essence is, but every time it's just beautiful, isn't it? How it just blends in. It eases emotional pain and releases any unhealthy sense of pride or superiority. I shared a post recently about getting rid of superiority, professional jealousy. Very much comes as a rite of initiation to pass through that as an ascending earth master. It's something we go through. It's not avoidable. It's not avoidable. It does happen on some layer and level with everyone, whether they are conscious of it or not is another thing. This essence helps us remain calm in the presence of fire energy. That's the old masculine energy I was talking about. So that we can experience our soul passion. It's bringing our passion back and bringing that inner joy back. And don't let the head, race ahead. What is my passion? What is my, slow down. Take a breath, dear souls. Take a breath. It's about coming home to yourself, loving yourself unconditionally first. And then your passion will flow from there freely. So that we can experience our soul passion without fear and use it in a measured way that does not consume us. Absolutely. It's the balance. Enables us to sit calmly with our burning desires and use that power and energy for our own good and that of others. And it's to have that burning desire and use that power within, of blending with the softness and gentleness of the new divine feminine energy, of the old masculine feminine energies are gone, of a new blue and pink helix that I felt and saw and personally brought through, and I'm sharing with different souls individually of the new energy as I saw it come in as a helix, pink and blue for the planet and humanity. Just beautiful, beautiful. Now from Fleur's Divi site is the other one I was guided to. Enhances ability to receive and to conceive, softens the need to control, dispels suffering, and develops humility. And it's 3333 just then. Beautiful. The chakra is the heart. The meridian is the spleen. The element is earth, new earth. Silver birch is the catalyst for balanced female energy. It epitomizes strength in yielding. Interesting. Physically, this remedy will be used for healing the organs of reproduction. Emotionally and spiritually, it will help with the conception, especially if there are mental or emotional blocks standing in the way. Metaphysically, it will assist with the conception of new ideas and bring them forth into manifestation. Can also be used to eliminate power struggles in relationships. When one person does not need to control the whole show, it is easier to create agreement and harmony prevails. We do that within ourselves firstly. Whether or not that happens with others, it's up to them. Control is a very dominant feature, especially for those who are trying to play many roles simultaneously. It is incredibly self-sabotaging behavior. Trees would snap in half if they were as inflexible as some humans. I thought that was quite funny. I'm now being guided, did not expect this, to read the magpie. I'm going to read some excerpts from that. Balance. Because I'm getting the wind up I need to go for it. Spirit is letting me know. Magpies are bringer of balance, the yin and yang of the bird world, an agent of awareness, the embodiment of the opposites that are equal, and the force that champions the attainment and correct use of esoteric knowledge. She demonstrates that spiritual knowledge and the power that comes with it must be approached with a committed, objective mindset. True wisdom must be deserved. It must be gathered over a lifetime of study and embraced as a way of life. It's living in the flow, linking spirit to soul, feeling through the emotions. It must become a path of the heart, explored with absolute devotion. Before questing for spiritual attainment, for example, we must first dedicate ourselves to becoming a whole person. That involves surrendering our familiar self to spirit so that our authentic self, hidden deep within, can emerge reborn. Boy, are we going through a rebirthing. We must be prepared to face our fears and conquer them, and turn our weaknesses into strengths and our darkest hours into gifts of power. Reclaiming our inner balance and authority. In doing so, find ourselves stepping out of our comfort zone into the unknown. Magpie is a doorkeeper to other realms. A guardian who lets only those willing to honour the sacred balance between the good and bad, light and dark, and feminine and masculine, in all things to explore her world. If Magpie swooped on your card, you're being guided to a place of awareness. You've been shown how to better understand the innate marriage between the opposites that are equal and duality within all things. You're being primed for a deepening of purpose and a broadening of perception. It heralds an obligatory confrontation of fears, the reshuffling of thoughts, review of values, a loosening up of everything that has offered sustenance and strength up till now. It means being ready to walk a path of the heart to find a place of inner freedom, a quest for a better understanding of the poise that resides within you and everything of nature. Bless, bless, bless. We are entering a new super consciousness awareness, is what I'm labeling. Been asked to call it a super consciousness, a new awareness, a new light paradigm, a new earth. Sending down and releasing all this beautiful healing energy down into Gaia and Mother Earth. Release and up into spirit and the divine, and linking above and below. Blue, violet, white, green, red, yellow, orange. Magenta, white. A big stream coming down our bodies, linking the divine, monad, higher self, spirit, soul, down through our feet and down into Gaia. And back up again. Release, release, release. Thank you for joining me. It is time for me to go now. Much love. Thank you for being here with me as well. We are here and we are helping each other. Love you, love you. I must go. Bye.